Last Raps Baseball is on the air, and tonight we are bringing you live commentary from the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are bringing you from the Kisara Dome in Osaka. It'll be the Orix Buffaloes hosting the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. This is going to be the Mountain Holiday game as it is a Thursday afternoon affair, Japanese time, and we are bringing you the call between these two clubs. It is going to be first the visitors who we are going to provide you the starting lineups for. And leading off and playing shortstop wearing number 0 is Hiroto Kobakata. Batting second and playing first base is number 7, Daichi Suzuki. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting is Hideto Asamura. And the cleanup spot in left field is number 35, Hiroki Shimochi. Batting fifth in right field is number 27, Takeru Okajima. Batting sixth and playing in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting seventh at second base is number 39, Yukiya Ito. Batting eighth and playing third base is number 5, Igor Emoji. And batting ninth and doing the catching is Hikaru Ota. They are going to be facing Hiroya Miyagi, who brings the 6-6 record to the table. He's worked 104 innings. He's allowed 107 hits, 45 runs, 43 of which have been earned. He's walked 23 and struck out 94, pitching to a 3.72 earned run average. And now the starting lineups for the home team for the Orix Buffaloes. Leading off and playing second base tonight wearing number 36 is Tetsuya Yamashi. Batting second and playing third base is number 6, Yuma Mune. Hitting third and left field is number 67, Kai Nakagawa. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 7, Masataka Yoshida. Batting fifth and playing in right field is number 99, Yutaro Sugimoto. Batting sixth and playing shortstop is number 24, Kotaro Kobayashi. Batting seventh at first base is number 44, Yuma Tongu. Batting eighth in center field is number 27, Kendai Gen. And batting ninth and doing the catching is number 23, Tori Fushimi. And they are going to be facing Hayato Yugi, who is making his first start of the year for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He's worked 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits. He has walked 6 and struck out 4. He's got an ERA of 0. So those are the starting lineups, and we're going to be ready to bring you this in about less than 2 minutes' time as the Buffaloes are starting to take the field, and we're about ready to give it to you. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the action between the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Orix Buffaloes.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday. where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve. As we are ready to get this one going in just a couple moments, the first pitch has taken place as the ceremonial stuff is completed. The Orix Buffaloes are taking to the hill, and they are wearing almost a very similar type of uniform that we saw the Saitama Cebu Lions don earlier this week. It is an almost camo type uniform with a dark underneath, almost that navy blue. And that is going to be the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, who will be in their traditional maroon tops and white pants. But certainly a different look for the Buffaloes, as they are going to be ready to get this one underway, as Miyagi has just completed his warm-up tosses. So coming about, it's going to be Hiroto Kobakata, Daichi Suzuki, and Hideto Asamura to get things going here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the first inning. So afternoon baseball Japan time and midweek baseball if you are listening in the late part of the evening on the west coast of the United States and Canada. The first pitch is a breaking ball delivered to Kobakata, and we are underway. It's a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Kobakata, he's hitting .293 with a homer and 17 RBIs. He takes another breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. In the games we've done recently, Kobakata is normally slotted in the 2 spot in the batting order. We have seen him hit a little lower this year, but Nishikawa getting the day off, and Ryosuke Tatsumi hitting in the 6th spot. Kobakata has been moved up to the leadoff spot. He takes a fastball upstairs for a ball, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kobakata. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded neatly by the second baseman, Yamashi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Kobakata on a ground out 4-3. That gets the ball game going here with 1 out in the first inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. For Suzuki, he's batting .248. He's got 3 homers and 19 runs batted in. So the left-hander against the left-hander. Suzuki gets himself settled, and Miyagi gets the sign from his catcher, Fushimi, and he delivers a first-pitch fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Daichi Suzuki. And here's the offering from Miyagi. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal down to the third base umpire. He says that Suzuki didn't go, and the count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Suzuki. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into right center field, drifting over to his left, and making the catch is Kenda again. And that is going to retire Suzuki for the first out of the inning, or second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Hideto Asamura. So 2 up and 2 away, and Asamura strides to the plate. Last night's game between these 2 clubs went extra innings. As Nishiguchi got the decisive victory over Jacob Waguespack, who allowed a run in the 10th. Golden Eagles had to come from behind. They had to score 1 in the 9th and 1 in the 10th to win it, as there was a fastball that misses inside to Asamura for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Asamura batting .259 with 18 homers and 61 runs batted in. Waiting on the offering from Miyagi, it's a fastball that just misses down, and the count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. It was a home run last night by the right fielder Takiro Okajima that tied the game in the 9th inning. And that allowed the Golden Eagles to win it. And there's a breaking ball again, swung on and missed by Asamura, and the count is now 2-2. You have to like Miyagi. He wastes very little time with nobody on base, going right back after the Golden Eagle hitters. So here's the 2-2 offering. He delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2. Last pitch sure didn't miss by much, but it was a little bit down. Nice job by the catcher, Fushimi, to be able to get it and frame it up. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. And there is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up It's playable. It's in foul territory by the first base coach's box. Moving over underneath it is the first baseman, Tongu. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the first inning. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, nothing. The Orix Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. Our friend CV Baseball card collectors in the house. There'll be a late raving crowd in here tonight, but we're glad to have you when we see you come in.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Hayato Yugi who is taking over on the mound here to begin the ball game for the Golden Eagles. He is going to be working here against the Buffaloes tonight. It is going to be the top of the order in Tatsuya Yamashi, Yuma Mune, and Kai Nakagawa to face the starter for the Golden Eagles. So Yamashi steps up to the plate, only batting 167, no homers and no RBIs. And the first pitch from Yuge is a fastball that misses down and away for ball one, and the count is 1-0. So left-hander against the right-hander. Yuge kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. As we said before, it's rare action here for the late night on the Pacific Coast. If you are in North America, there's a fastball taken for a called strike, or early morning midweek game for those on the East Coast. As our friend Barry is back in the house. And here comes the 2-1 pitch as the lefty delivers a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. So he's got Orix by 1.5 is his Denny's Grand Slam pick for tomorrow. So here comes the 2-2 offering to Yamashi. There's a fastball swung on its tap foul over on the first base side, and the count remains at 2-2. I'll have to say, if Barry has probably made his pick to be the Orix Buffaloes, it's probably not necessarily the bad decision. Certainly the starter, Miyagi, tonight would probably favor that over Yuge, who's on the mound for the Golden Eagles. There's a fastball swung on it. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded neatly by Ito. He throws to first. He's going to retire retire Yamashi on a ground out 4-3. And that is going to bring up Yuma Mune with 1 gone here in the first inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and Yuma Mune strides to the plate. He's batting .262. He's got a couple of homers and 30 runs batted in. He gets himself dug in. Mune's having himself a decent season. He's slowly raising his batting average up. Got his first couple of home runs of the year in the last 10 days. There's a fastball that misses up and in. Counts 1-0. The diminutive third baseman getting a chance to pretty much play every day now at third base. He was last year in the lineup. He was in the outfield a little bit. And there was a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. To say, I really enjoyed watching him play a little bit last year. He makes some nice defensive plays over at third base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses outside. The count's now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Mune. Friend Barry says, great broadcast as usual, late night here on the East Coast. Fighting to stay awake after walking 18 holes of golf this morning. That'll keep you a little bit challenged to stay awake on this one, but it is the rare midweek game. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. It is looped softly over to the shortstop. Kobakata drifting back onto the outfield turf, and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Mune for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Kai Nakagawa. I would anticipate tonight when we do the midweek games, it is a bit of a late arriving crowd. It's not a regular that the Japanese games are this early in the week. But the Thursday holiday, get a chance to have some afternoon baseball Japan time, and we can be awake at a normal hour to be able to call the ball game. So here comes the first offering to Kai Nakagawa, and the pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. For Nakagawa, he's hitting .301 with a couple of homers and 32 runs batted in. Waiting on the offering here from the lefty Yugi, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kai Nakagawa. I have to say, these uniforms that the Buffaloes are wearing tonight, as here's the pitch, it is a fastball that misses down and in. They pop well on the TV. They're decent, but I'm not a big fan. I think if I was looking to purchase a third jersey or something along those lines, I don't know if that would be something that I would want to go out and get. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field, and this ball is going to be up against the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is Nakagawa, and he's going to stop there with a 2-out double. That ball there was driven into the opposite field gap as he was able to cruise in with a stand-up double for the first hit of the evening for either team. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Masataki Yoshida. It was a good piece of hitting by Nakagawa. He stayed inside the ball. He was able to drive it the other way into the opposite field gap. The pitch was on the outside corner of the plate. He let that ball travel, and he was able to drive it. So he is aboard at second base, and it is going to be Masataki Yoshida coming to the bat. Yoshida was awarded the Player of the Month award in the Pacific League for the month of July. And he steps up to the plate. He's batting .318 on the season. He's got 12 homers and 57 runs batted in. He's second in the Pacific League in batting average as he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. He's a very dangerous hitter. He's got a batting title already in the Pacific League under his belt as he bats from the left side against the lefty Yugi. He checks the runner at second base. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and line foul over the first base side, and the count is now no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Masataki Yoshida. Yoshida, we've seen him play quite a bit. He reminds me of and I've said this before, a left-handed hitting Alex Bregman, just the way that he stands. He's very tense at the plate, very rigid. But he also is able to really level off his swing and make some hard contact. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses inside. The count is now 1-2 on Yoshida. Yoshida, though, has his flaws. And one of the flaws in particular is I don't think he runs the bases well. And I don't really know if I like the way he fields his position. And he's got an average arm, but that's why he holds down the left field position and not somewhere else in the outfield. So here's the 1-2 offering. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into deep left center field. Racing back on it is the left fielder. That is Shimouchi. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the first inning. So there was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 1 complete inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing, the Orix Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the second inning in just a couple moments. Appreciate you all for jumping in here with us tonight.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Check him out after the game, everybody, as we're ready to get this one back underway. It's Shimauchi, Okajima, and Tatsumi here to face the lefty Miyagi, who delivers a first pitch fastball that misses inside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Shimauchi batting .296 with 10 homers and 58 runs batted in. And here's the pitch from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded foul just past the first base dugout, and the count is even at 1-1. Our friend Barry said a lot of hard contact from Orix in the bottom half of the first inning. Absolutely. They were able to really be able to get the bat to the ball off of Yugi, as there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 2-1. As I said, a good approach at the plate by Nakagawa. The fastball that was delivered to him was on the outside part of the plate. He was able to drive it into the opposite field gap for that double. There's a fastball that just misses down. The count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Shimauchi. Get the look at that last pitch. That last pitch looked pretty good. The home plate umpire not going up with the right hand, being a little stingy tonight. And there's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that's swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats on the third base side, and now the count is 3-2. The crowd tonight in Orix is a decent crowd for a matinee, but not the attendance I think they would expect in Osaka for a game like today on a holiday on a Thursday. So here's the 3-2 pitch. There is a fastball swung on. It is grounded softly into the 6 hole. It's backhanded by Kobayashi, but he's not going to be able to make the play, as that is going to be an infield hit for Shimauchi, as he's getting things going here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the second inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder Takeru Okajima. As we mentioned in last night's game, Okajima homered in the top of the 9th inning to tie the ball game up at 1. Then the Golden Eagles were able to win it in extra innings. And it was his swing that he hit into the, I guess, the mid-level, or what we would call sort of not quite the upper deck. Was able to tie that game up, and they walked it off, or they won it in the 10th inning. There's a breaking ball delivered that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 now to Okajima. Okajima is hitting .262 on the year. He's got a couple of homers and 20 RBIs. He digs back in at the plate. Miyagi really works quickly here, even with the runners on base. He checks the runner, Shimauchi, at first, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. That last fastball was at 140 kilometers an hour. So that would be probably about 87 miles, just a little bit softer. The left-hander on the mound here, ready to go again, as here's the 1-1 pitch. And he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly over to second. And it is Yamashi who throws over to second. A very interesting play by him. Probably a dangerous play. He had to go into the deep into the 4 hole. He turned around, he leaped, he threw off a 1 foot, and they are able to retire the runner Shimauchi at second. I would have thought that the only play they may have had would have been over to first base. And I don't know, that play there might have probably been the neighborhood play, as I thought the shortstop Kobayashi may have come off the base a little bit early. But nope, they're not going to go and have a look at that. So there is 1 out on the fielder's choice, and that brings up Ryosuke Tatsumi. The pitcher Miyagi tosses it over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner Okajima. So the runner at first is Okajima, Tatsumi at the plate. It's batting .260 with 7 homers and 25 RBIs. And here comes the offering from Miyagi. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count's 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Curious to see how the starter Yugi fares tonight for the Golden Eagles. As we said, he's only got 9 innings under his belt, 9 1/3 actually entering tonight's game. And here comes the 1-0 pitch as Miyagi kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1. Our friend John Cardona has checked in tonight. Welcome, John. He says, who's going to win this one? Well, if you ask our friend Barry, he's already put his stamp on this one that it's going to be Orix. We'll cover the 1.5. So here comes the 1-1 pitch, and there is a fastball that misses upstairs. Again, they appeal to third, and again, the third base umpire says he didn't go. Runs the count to 2-1. And certainly before the game started, I would have said with the pitching matchup here, I would have thrown my eggs into the Orix basket as well. So Barry says he's on Orix. As there it is there. So here comes the 2-1 pitch, but instead Miyagi throws over to first base and diving back in time is the base runner, and it is Okajima who slides back safely. John says the live total is 5.5. I don't know so much about that over-under. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and that's going to even the count now at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm not confident with these 2 arms here that score will be less, but sometimes the day games that are played after night games, the scoring becomes, at least in Major League Baseball, a little bit more challenged. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 3-2. Of course, that game between the Giants and the Padres today would not hold into that thought process, as I think it was 13-6 or 13-7 the score. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Tatsumi. The runner at first is Okajima. There's 1 gone here in the second inning. And they throw over to first base and diving back in time as the base runner. And the reason I say that sometimes the games on the day after night are a little bit challenged for scoring is it's sometimes hard for the players to be able to bounce back, especially if they were in the game the night before, to get the good rest, be able to come back and play the next day. And there's a breaking ball swung on, and it's lifted foul. That's going to keep the count at 3-2. You think about the getaway games in Major League Baseball where maybe they play on a Monday, Tuesday evening, and then they play on a Wednesday afternoon. Well, usually the catcher who catches the night before doesn't catch the next day, and there could be 3 or 4 lineup changes. So some of the regulars that play are not always in the lineup. And so when you get guys that aren't playing every day, it affects the timing. They're not always swinging the bat so well, and advantage starts to flip to the pitcher. And there's a fastball swung on, that throws down to second base, and sliding into second, it is not in time. It's going to be a stolen base for Okajima. Tatsumi is going to be gone on strikes, as he's retired for out number 2. But Okajima has himself a stolen base. That's going to be his second of the year. The throw was to the right field side of second base. It was in time, but the shortstop Kataro Kobayashi was unable to pick it up, as the manager for the Buffaloes has got his book out and he's continuing to make notes, as he's had to make some notes already in this one. That's going to bring up Yukiya Ito. This is my first look at Ito. He's 0 for 4 with the Golden Eagles. He was acquired in a rare trade, mid-season trade from the Yokohama Ball Club. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. He's 0 for 4 with the Golden Eagles, and this is his second appearance. With Yokohama, he was 1 for 13 in limited duty. So he bats from the right side. Not a lot of right-handed bats in the lineup for the Golden Eagles, and he swings at a fastball and fouls that off down the first baseline, so the count is quickly 0-2. It's a very left-handed laden lineup. When you look at the Golden Eagles, they can roll out a number of lefties. Our friend the living room is in here. He says new Blitzville videos are up and loaded, or uploaded. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly past the bag at first base. That's going to keep the count at 0-2. Blitz ball is for Barry, it's when you think of wiffle ball back in the old days, the old wiffle ball, blitz ball is kind of a ball that's like that. They have a blue bat, and the ball does all kinds of crazy tricks when you throw it. I took a look earlier. I think it was up for about 15 minutes or something like that. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2. So when you watch some of the wiffle ball leagues on how guys can throw, they can really zing the ball up to the plate. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Waiting here on the offering as the right-handed hitting Ito, and he kicks and delivers, does Miyagi. It's a fastball that just misses inside. The count is now 2-2. Our friend the living room posted his link there so you can get a chance to watch. John Cardona says, I've seen people throw those blitz balls. It's crazy. Yeah, guys can really make them dance. Even those wiffle balls, they can get the ball to rise, to dip, to dunk. There's the 2-2 pitch. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Ito is gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the 2nd. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 1.5. It is the Golden Eagles nothing, the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 2nd inning in just a couple moments. Glad you guys could pop in here to join us tonight. Here is our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to go check him out after the ball game. He's got all kinds of entertaining stuff. Our friend John Cardona says he jumped on the Orix live there before the stolen base. And we hope that cash is in for you. So it is going to be Yutaro Sugimoto, Kotaro Kobayashi, and Yuba Tongu coming to bat here in the 2nd inning. They are going to be facing the left-hander Hayato Yugi, who's on for his 2nd inning of work. So for Sugimoto, he is batting .242. He's got 14 homers and 49 runs batted in. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over the first base umpire. But they say that Sugimoto doesn't go, and the count is 1-0. Big fella gets the start in right field again tonight, as he's waiting on the offering from the lefty Yugi. It's a breaking ball, and this time he waves at it. It misses, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here comes the offering now from the lefty Yugi, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded foul just down the 3rd base line, and that's going to run the count now to 1-2. Neither one of these left-handed pitchers are particularly overpowering. They work soft and softer. They're able to keep the hitters off balance. So the right-handed hitting Sugimoto steps in here, and he's ready to get that offering again from Yugi. Here comes the 1-2, and he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is now 2-2. There are a couple of other games that are going on underway in the NPB. There's one other game in the Pacific League tonight. The Saitama Cebu Lions already have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 2nd over the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. The other game in the Pacific League will be a 1 a.m. Pacific or 4 a.m. Eastern start. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Sugimoto is gone down on strikes for the 1st out of the inning. So one up and one away, and that brings up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. Kobayashi, he's batting .220 on the year. He's got 5 homers and 26 runs batted in. He gets the start again at shortstop tonight. The youngster is batting from the right side against the lefty Yugi. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. The other game that's going on right now, it is the Amuri Giants. They have a 1-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons. That's in the bottom of the second inning. The other games will be later starts in the Central League. There's a fastball swung on, it is grounded over to third. Diving and making the play is Moji. He throws to first, and it's going to be in time, but it has taken the runner off, or taken the first baseman, Suzuki, off of the bag, as Kobayashi is able to beat it out. A great play by Moji. As that ball was hammered down the line, he has to dive to his right, able to get up and make the stop, gets to his feet quickly, throws a one-hopper. Had it been in time, but it took the first baseman off of the bag. And we're probably going to see that as a base hit, as it was not an ordinary play of ordinary effort. But we'll see what the official scorer has to call on that. I would give that a base hit on that particular play, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. So for Tongu, he's batting .213. He's got 3 homers and 11 RBIs, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As soon as the scorer gives us that thumb up or thumb down, we'll let you know what it is as they make that decision. I think that would be pretty harsh to give Moji an error on that particular play. So no balls and 1 strike, as Tongu is waiting on the offering from the lefty Yugi, who delivers a breaking ball that just misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tongu is batting here with Kobayashi, the runner at first. Kobayashi, not a particular threat to run. He's only got a couple of stolen bases this year. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it as pop foul. It's going to reach the seats. And the first base dugout, the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And again, right-handed hitting Tongu sets himself in. He's in the hole at 1-2. And here comes the pitch. And they throw over to first base, and getting back in time safely is Kobayashi. The tag has been applied. Still no update on the scoring as of yet, but I'm sure it'll come down the pipe in a few. Our friend Barry says he's smelling a long ball here. That's what he's predicting, but there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to left field, and this ball is going to sail right into the seats, and it is going to be a 2-run homer here for the Buffaloes, as Yuma Tongu has gone yard, a 2-run homer to put the Buffaloes out in front 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. As I just flip back over into the chat, and I see that our friend Barry makes the statement, well, that statement has come true. It is now a 2-0 lead, as the Buffaloes are jumped out in front. 2 RBIs there for Tongu, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kenda again. Unbelievable. Good job, Barry, making those predictions. Maybe he's hot tonight. The ball was absolutely turned on. It was a fastball left up letter high. Tongu made no doubt about it. That ball hit the facing of the upper deck. Or I should say maybe the third deck, because there's a sort of a second deck on the in-between. And here's the first pitch again. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Again, this is his second game of his NPB career, but he has no official at bat. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count's now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to the young center fielder. As the lefty Yugi holds set, now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's fouled away right at the plate. Keeps the count at 0-2. Those are the first 2 runs of the season that Yugi's allowed. By the way, that was ruled a base hit for Kotaro Kobayashi, as we suspected. That set the table for the batter right after that. It's amazing how that happens, where a guy makes a great play in the field and doesn't quite get the out, and the next hitter steps up and deposits one in the seats. And there's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to second. It is fielded neatly by Ito. He throws to first. He's going to retire again on a ground out 4-3 for out number 2, and that'll bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. So for Fushimi tonight, he enters the game hitting .241. He's got a homer and 12 runs batted in. He is the 5th hitter to come to the plate in the inning here, as there is 2 gone. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Barry says the NPB is accustomed to a steady diet of off-speed pitches. 100% it is. It is a breaking ball league for sure. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is 1-1. Breaking balls and split finger pitches are 2 things that you see a lot of. We also see pitchers that will throw a slip change or a palm ball, which will sometimes have a similar type of movement as more of a 12-6 or more of a split finger type delivery, where it'll go from top to bottom. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field, drifting back on it, and underneath it is Tatsumi. He makes the catch, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning, but there's been damage done. It is a 2-run homer by Yuma Tongu that has jump-started the Buffaloes with the lead. There were 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score at the end of 2 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 2 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with the call at the top of the 3rd inning. Glad you're with us.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city, San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt Hollis. Be sure to go check out his channel after the ball game. That's Another Hollis Build, as he's got all kinds of interesting stuff from the San Diego area. And we are now going to be returning here for the top of the 3rd inning. This is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming to bat for the Golden Eagles. It'll be Agoro Moji, Hikaru Oda, and the top of the order, Hiroto Kobakata. You face the left-hander, Hiroya Miyagi, for the Buffaloes. Miyagi has got a couple of strikeouts and only allowed 1 hit here in the first 2 innings of work. He's going to face the left-handed hitting Moji. The first pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Moji on the season, he's batting .225. He's got 5 homers and 18 runs batted in. He waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here, and there is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side. The count is now 0-2. Our friend Barry says, I wish more guys threw a knuckleball. He also says, I remember one pitch is the gyro ball. That was Daisuke Matsuzaka made it big. There is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count's 1-2. There's also another pitch that they'll refer to in Japan as the shunto ball. But I have to admit, I don't know exactly how it's thrown or much about it or what it would relate to in North American standards. There's a fastball taken at the knees for a called third strike. And Moji is gone for out number 1 here in the third inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Hikaru Ota. Sometimes different pitches have different names and different things. And you'll hear different types of people will say, well, this is what this pitch is, where a split finger pitch and a forkball are one and the same. Our friend John Cardona says, I missed the knuckleball, but once you have a fast base runner on first, definitely stealing second. There's the first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Oda. Yeah, well, definitely they have to have something more. When you think of R.A. Dickey, they always can throw their fastball, and they can throw other pitches, but certainly if you're going to throw the flutter ball with runners on base, you're going to get yourself into trouble. There is a ball that's in the dirt taken for a ball, and the count is now 1-1. When you think about the knuckleballers of recent years, R.A. Dickey was one, and then there was some others that have played around with it. Obviously, Tim Wakefield in the early 2000s. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count is now 2-1 to Oda. Oda hitting .210 with the homer and 8 RBIs as he waits on the 2-1 offering here from the lefty Miyagi, who delivers a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 2-2. That was at 89 miles an hour. As we mentioned, both of these left-handed pitchers, they have to hit their spots. They're not particularly overpowering. Might have been one of the harder fastballs we've seen from Miyagi tonight. So here comes the 2-2 offering. There's the fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the right side. It's playable. It's in foul territory. Moving over underneath it is the first baseman Tongu. He makes the catch. That's going to retire Oda for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Hiroto Kobakata. Friend Barry says the Shuto pitch is a sinker with a little drop and a lot of horizontal run. And here comes the first offering to Kobakata. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Be curious to see how they would grip it if it's anything different than the sinker. Usually we were talking about that in one of the other streams where the two-seam fastball and the sinker are cousins, as there's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 2-0. Two-seam fastball, of course, with the fingers on the two seams of the pitch, as guys will like to throw it, but it's not just on how you hold it sometimes as well, as a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 2-1 to Kobakata. You also have pressure points with your fingers on how you want to be able to do it. And certainly with a two-seam fastball, as the fastball is taken for a called strike by Kobakata, and the count's now 2-2. You have your pointer finger that will put a little bit more pressure on that. So when the ball is released, it causes that horizontal run. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first, but it squirts away. It gets away from the first baseman, Tongu. And one would have to think that that's going to be an E3. So it'll be on error on the first baseman. That's going to allow Kobakata to reach on base. Our friend Arison Belo de los Santos is in the house. He says he was looking for a place where he can watch the fighters and the lions. It is frustrating. Any link or site. Hang tight, Arison. We'll help you out a little bit here. Maybe you can pick it up and be able to watch. Where are you watching from, Arison? Are you in North America, or whereabouts are you picking up the game from? So here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses outside to Daichi Suzuki, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So Arison, just so that you get an idea, if you Google Live QQ, might be able to help you out there. That'll get you to a channel that may be supplying the game there. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed. So that's the best thing you can do. Usually what people do is they'll watch the game we call in English, and they'll sync it to the screen of what they're doing. So here comes the 1-1 offering from Miyagi. They throw over to first base, and getting there back in time is the runner Kobakata. Our friend in the living room says, tell us how you like the Little League World Series hug. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right field, and moving over and making the catch is Sugimoto. That is going to retire Suzuki. I'm going to come back and we'll talk in just a couple moments about the sinker ball versus the two-seamer. But we're going to wrap this half inning up. There were no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was an error, and one runner left the board. We're now through 2.5. It is the Orix Buffaloes 2, the Golden Eagles, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the third in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for stopping in. And Harrison, maybe we'll see you again as well. Hang tight. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Rams Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rab sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Dave as well. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the order. That means it's going to be Tetsuya Yamashi, Yuma Mune, and Kai Nakagawa to come to bat here in the third inning to face the left-hander starter for the Golden Eagles, Hayato Yugi. He allowed that two-run homer in the last inning, and that's what's put the Golden Eagles behind the Buffaloes 2-0. First pitch is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Yamashi. Fred Berry says he's just from outside the Pittsburgh area. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Now the count goes to 0-2. But he's a big-time Packers fan. I have a hard time getting games in that sense also. Yeah, if you're in that area, you're going to get a steady diet of Steeler games, one would think. As here's the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Digging back in again is Yamashi. He's getting the start at second base tonight. Here comes the offering from the lefty. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on his grounded slowly over to third, fielding it on the run and throwing to first. And in time was Moji. A nice pick over at first base by the first baseman Suzuki. Moji had to come a long way as he was sitting deep at third base. He fielded the ball, threw it on the run. It was a beautiful play there. Ground out 5-3. That is going to retire Yamashi for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Talking in the last half inning about the difference between the two-seam fastball and the sinker. The sinker, at least the way I like to teach it, is you move the thumb up from underneath the ball on the two-seam grip up to the side of the baseball. And then you slide your pointer finger off of the seam and you just set it to the right of the seam. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And so you need to have strong fingers to be able to throw the sinker, because you want to be able to turn your hand almost in a counterclockwise position when you're releasing the ball. That's going to help the ball with the arm side run and to be able to get that sink to it. So when I think of guys like Max Scherzer, there's a fastball that misses away, and the count is now 2-1 to Mune. So 2 balls and 1 strike. You've got to have strong fingers to be able to do that. You also need to be able to have the velocity as well to go with it, with that run. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. And there's a fastball swung on, and it's popped up over the third base side, and coming underneath it is the catcher, Oda, who makes the catch. Boy, he sure didn't make that one look easy. He did not turn his back to the infield. He was able to haul that one in, and that is going to retire Mune for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up Kai Nakagawa. The thing about throwing a sinker is it's relatively easier on the arm. It's the cousin to the fastball. It's somewhat easy, doesn't necessarily get a lot of that stuff. Our friend Barry says he used to get blood blisters from his two-seamers when he played back, when he used to play back. It's very true. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike on Nakagawa. There's some pitchers that used to be able to would have that. I didn't pitch a whole lot when I was a younger guy, not until I was about really 17 years old, and I got a chance to pitch in college summer league as a grade 12 student, still in high school. And then, of course, played a couple more years of the college summer ball after that and got a little bit of pitching, but that wasn't really my thing. But certainly the way that the ball would rub on the pointy finger, you could see how guys would be able to do that. There's the 1-1 pitch, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count's now 2-1 to Nakagawa. Nakagawa tonight is 1 for 1. He had a double his first time up. He was stranded on base back in the first inning. And here comes the 2-1 offering. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted to left field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Shimouchi fields it, rounding first, but holding on at first base with a single is going to be Nakagawa. It's his second hit of the ball game, and he is got both of those hits with 2 outs. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida. So for Yoshida tonight, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to left field to end the first inning. As we mentioned, there were a couple of loud outs and hard-hit balls in that first inning by the Buffaloes. And, of course, the 2-run shot in the second inning by Yuma Tongu have the Buffaloes out in front 2-0. So here's the first offering to Yoshida as Yugi kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. But it's interesting when you see different types of pitchers, even in Major League Baseball of recent years. Aaron Sanchez, who was with the Toronto Blue Jays and had a brief cup of coffee with the San Francisco Giants. I believe he's with the Minnesota Twins right now. He really battled blisters on his fingers. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to second. It's fielded by Ito. He throws to first. And Yoshida is retired on a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. And that will do it for the Buffaloes here in the third. There was no runs. There was a hit. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Orix Buffaloes 2-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in the top of the 4th inning when we return after this from our friend, Steve Rademacher.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve. Be sure to check them out after the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds as we got some cheerleader action for you in the NPB. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 4th inning. It is going to be Hideto Asamura, Hiroki Shimochi, and Takeru Okajima coming to bat here. And our friend, the living room, says we want to start talking about scary movies. Well, I don't think so. If you want to see a scary movie, you just have to watch the Detroit Tiger 2022 season. There's a first pitch fastball that's delivered, and this ball is hit to deep left field, and it is going to be caught on the warning track by the left fielder, Kai Nakagawa, and that is going to retire Asamura on 1 pitch for 1 away. He sent that ball deep, right to the deepest part of left field as Nakagawa was able to haul that in on the track. And 1 pitch and 1 away here in the 4th inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. So for Shimochi, he's 1 for 1 today. He was erased on a fielder's choice his first time up. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. As we said before, Detroit Tigers fired Alex Avila today. That was one of the highlights of the season. As there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the way the count's 2-0. You hate to always point at somebody for their demise or those type of things, but certainly the way the team is drafted, the farm system. So there's a fastball swung on it, has popped up into shallow left field. Moving over underneath it is Kirbiashi. He's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Shimochi for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Takara Okajima. You think of the Detroit Tigers, unfortunately, when I look at their club and I compare them to the Baltimore Orioles in particular, just how Baltimore has been able to draft. They have a loaded farm system. Their team is a couple of games or less than 2 games out of a wild card, and there's a breaking ball taken by Okajima for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. And what ends up happening is they still have a loaded farm system. The Tigers have pretty much called everybody up this year. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. The problem with Detroit is they've got nothing to show for it. A bunch of injured pitchers. So there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-2. And of course, Riley Green has played okay. He's up there all by himself, and then Spencer Torkelson had to get sent back down to AAA to figure out his swing. So here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So the Tigers are definitely in a spot that is a problem. And the way I see it this year is I think the Washington Nationals are probably going to get the first pick in the draft. So there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count's now 2-2 to Okajima. But I would have to think that the Tigers are going to be right there with them in Oakland, battling for that number 2 pick. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Okajima. And here's the pitch from Miyagi. It's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Okajima watched that one go by for strike number 3, and that is going to do it here in the top of the 4th inning for the Golden Eagles. Well, they go quietly. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 3.5. It is the Orix Buffaloes to the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. No score. Stick around, everybody. This game is clipping along at a pretty good pace. We're glad you guys could pop in here with us on a Wednesday night North American time to listen to all the action. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is going to be Yatara Sugimoto, Katara Kirbiashi, and Yuma Tongu to face the left-hander, Hayato Yuge, who is on for his 4th inning of work. All the runs came off the bat of a 2-run homer by Yuma Tongu back in the 2nd inning. They have a 2-0 lead over the Golden Eagles. Here comes the first pitch from Yuge. It is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Mick is in the house tonight. We welcome you, Mick. Appreciate you for being in here. Barry says SoftBank. That would be the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Drifting back and looking it up, and this ball is gone. A home run for Sugimoto. That's going to increase the Buffalo lead to 3-0. Had to watch that one. Tatsumi was racing back onto the warning track, and then he just watched it sail right into the seats. Sugimoto hit that ball to the deepest part of the ballpark in center field. It is now 3-0 for the Buffaloes as the Stampede is on in Osaka. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Kotaro Kobayashi. For Kobayashi tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run when he came home on the homer by Tongu his first time up. So the Buffaloes are running all over the Eagles right now as there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Kobayashi here waiting on the lefty Yugi, who throws a fastball. It's lifted into left field, and this ball is going to get down. And rounding first and heading towards second is Kobayashi, and he's going to come in standing up as that ball was hit into left center field. It was a nice job by Shimochi to race over to be able to cut it off before it got all the way to the wall. But where they had him playing, they were really shading him to pull. He had to come a long way into that gap to be able to get it. And that's going to be a double for Kobayashi, and that's going to bring up Yuma Tongu. Our friend Barry has thrown down his line tonight. What he's got the Buffaloes, he's got Cebu and the LG Twins on money line. So the first time up for Tongu, he hit the 2-run homer to jumpstart the Buffaloes offense. He's 1 for 1 tonight. These two teams that are battling tonight, and where they currently sit in the NPB standings, the Eagles are in third. They're 3 games back of the Saitama Cebu Lions. The Buffaloes are 3.5 back. It's pretty bunched up, but they are starting to put some separation between them and the Chibalote Marines. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Tongu. There was a stretch there where it was really 3 games separating 5 teams. But the Marines have started to drift away from the pack a little bit. So no balls and 1 strike to Tongu. In the Central League, the standings are starting to tighten up a little bit as the called Swallows, ever since the whole team pretty much had COVID. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It is fielded by Kobakata behind the bag at second. He throws to first. It's going to retire Tongu on a ground out 6-3, but it is going to advance the runner Kobayashi over to third. That's going to bring up the center fielder Kendai Gen. Well, Gen on the season is 0 for 1. This is his second game of his NPB career. He had his first at bat in the second inning, where he grounded out to the second baseman. Be curious to see what they would do here with Gen. They're going to be a little bit concerned. Maybe he's a guy who can drop down a squeeze. He's 0 for 1 on his career and 0 for 1 on the night. In the Central League, the Swallows enjoyed a double-digit lead on the second-place team, but they were at one point, I think, 6-13 here in their last 19 games or so. And there's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 again. And they are now have an 8-game lead over the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars and 8.5 over the Hanshin Tigers. So they're starting to close the gap. Ever since the All-Star break finished, the Swallows have been struggling. Golden Eagles have the infield is in. They're not all on the green portion of the turf. They're a couple of steps behind. Because of the fast surface, they'll be able to make that play. Here comes the pitch, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2 again. Over in the Central League, it is a 15-game separation between first and last where the Dragons are, but really only 7 games between second and sixth. So despite the fact that the Dragons are 15 games back of the Swallows, they're really not all that far out of the race for the final playoff spot. 6.5 games behind the Tigers. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined in the right field. It's down for a base hit. It's cut up by Okajima. He fires it into second base. Coming home to score is the base runner Kobayashi. It's an RBI single for Gen. And he's got himself his first NPB hit and his first career RBI. It's going to increase the scoreline here to 4-0 as the Buffaloes are flexing their muscles here in the fourth inning. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Friend Barry says competitive baseball in the NPB. For the most part, I would say there's a couple of teams that really are at the bottom end of the spectrum. And one team that we don't cover a whole lot this year is the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, as they are certainly in a little bit different class, in my opinion, compared to the rest of the Pacific League, as they throw over to first base and diving back in time is the base runner again. Other team that I feel that is challenged is the Chinichi Dragons over in the Central League. We don't see enough of the Central League. We're going to call a couple games coming up here in the next little bit. And eyeballing a couple of matchups. I really want to get the Murray Giants on the channel here for a little bit. We're going to run a couple of those games. So here comes the offering. Squaring to bunt is the batter, Fushimi. It's a good one. It's down the first base line. They throw over to first as the pitcher fields it. That's going to be a sacrifice, 1-4. It's going to advance again over to scoring position into second base. It's going to bring up the top of the order, Tetsuya Yamashi. For Yamashi, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to the second baseman, and he's grounded to the third baseman is 2 times up. So he bats here with a runner at second and 2 away here in the fourth inning. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Yamashi. So 1 ball and no strikes. When you put the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in perspective, they've lost 3 big-time pitchers to Major League Baseball over the last about 12 years. As here comes the 1-0 pitch to Yamashi. As Yugi delivers it, a breaking ball swung on it is tap foul over on the third base side. The count's even at 1-1. They lost Yu Darvish when he was posted. Then they lost, of course, Shohei Ohtani back at the end of the 2017 season. And then before the season in 2021, Kohei Arihara signed with the Texas Rangers. He had Tommy John surgery, and he is out for a little bit. He'll be making his return back for next year. I understand he started throwing. He's on his throwing program now, and there's the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted down the line in right field. Coming hard at it is Okajima. He makes the catch in foul territory, and that is going to retire Yamashi for the third out of the inning, but not before more damage has been done. There were 2 runs in the inning. There was a solo shot by Sugimoto, and then a run manufactured. Is a RBI single from Kendai again, brought in Kotaro Kobayashi. So there was 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 4, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple with the call of the top of the 5th inning. Glad you guys could be here with us tonight.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Matt Hollis. We are moving now to the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be Ryosuke Tatsumi, Yukiya Ito, and Igor Emoji come to bat here to face the left-hander Hiroya Miyagi, and the first pitch delivered is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Tatsumi tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out in his first time up as he faces the lefty, and it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Tatsumi. Just a couple of programming notes for the channel here upcoming. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. It is a fastball that backs the hitter off of the plate. The count now goes to 2-1 on Tatsumi. We have a couple of games that are scheduled on the channel already. If you make sure you're not subscribed, check it out and bookmark them up. As there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. We will be calling the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks coming up on the weekend, and they're going to be playing the same Orix Buffaloes. So there's a breaking ball that misses, and the count's now 3-2 to Tatsumi. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lefty Miyagi holds at the belt. And now he kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Fielded again by Tagu. He has a little bit of difficulty with it. He's already made 1 error tonight, but he's able to recover, and he picks it up and he tags the bag at first base. That's going to be a ground out to 3 for out number 1. Tagu at least breaks a little smile on that one, knowing that he had the struggle with it. He had to drop to a knee, and then he juggled it and played a little basketball with it. He takes that himself for out number 1. Well, he's got the good grin going on. You have to laugh at yourself a little bit, especially as he made the error earlier on that, thankfully for the Buffaloes, didn't come back to haunt them. And there's a first pitch fastball delivered to Yukiya Ito, looking for a called strike, and the count's 0-1. Ito tonight 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 5 in a Golden Eagle uniform, as he was acquired in the trade recently from the Baystar organization. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. As he kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. But we are considering that we don't have a game scheduled on the channel for tomorrow night. There may be an outside possibility that we might add one late. And there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field and racing back on it, and it is just going to hook foul down the left field line. It's going to be a long strike for Ito. He didn't miss by much. He was just able to get it into the seats. He really reached out to it, dropped to one knee, kind of did it Adrian Beltre style, the former big leaguer with the Texas Rangers and Dodgers, but wasn't able to keep that ball fair. And there's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count's now 1-1. So there may be a late edition. It would be going off at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. That would be on Friday morning, and there's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 3-2. Tomorrow night, we are not going to be doing anything on the channel, at least in terms of live play-by-play. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on, and this ball is lined softly over to the third baseman, Yumamune, who makes the catch. That is going to retire Ito for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Igor Moji. So for Moji tonight, he is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. He's ready to face the offering here from the lefty Miyagi. So lefty-lefty matchup, and here's the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Moji. And here comes the offering from the lefty. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Yamashi. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Moji. A nice play by the second baseman. Not an easy play, having to go to his right, circle the ball, and make the throw. And that is going to retire Moji on a ground out, 4-3 for out number 3. So in the inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Orix Buffaloes 4-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Straps Baseball after this brief message from me. Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie and Last Raps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Roddy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Raps Baseball.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are moving here to the bottom half of the fifth inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming to bat for the Orix Buffaloes. That means Yuma Mune, Kai Nakagawa, and Masataka Yoshida here to face the left-hander Hayato Yugi, who's beginning his fifth inning of work. And so for Mune tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's popped to short and popped to the catcher. Is 2 times up, and he swings at a first pitch breaking ball, and he lines that into center field for a base hit. He's got it going here in the bottom of the fifth inning, as he is aboard with a leadoff single, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Kai Nakagawa. For Nakagawa tonight, he is 2 for 2. He doubled in the first and singled in the third. He's got a couple of homers and 32 runs batted in on the season. He steps up here to face the lefty Hayato Yugi for the third time tonight. Establishing his lead over at first base is the runner Mune. Nakagawa has raised his season average up to 306 as he waits the offering here from the lefty Yugi. Yugi throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Mune. Friend Barry says he likes what Mick is doing over there, so might possibly tag along with him on some of that stuff. So Nakagawa waiting on the offering here from the lefty Yugi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. As we take a peek at the out-of-town scores across the NPB, no change in Hokkaido between the Lions and the Ham Fighters. It's still a 1-0 lead for the Saitama Cebu Lions. Over in the top of the fifth inning in the Central League, the other game underway, the Yomiuri Giants have added on to their lead. They have a 2-0 lead over Chinichi. And here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. That is where we stand across the NPB. Of course, the other games are later starts. The Swallows and the Carp are the latest. They go off at 5 a.m. Eastern or 2 a.m. Pacific. So here comes the 1-1 offering from the lefty Yugi, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. That's going to run the count now to 1-2 on Nakagawa. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So far in this one, the Eagles only have 1 hit through 5 innings. They've been stymied by Miyagi. The Buffaloes already have, in this one here, 8 hits against the starter Yugi. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty holds set. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up behind second base. Coming in on it is the center fielder, and moving back on it, the second baseman. It's going to be the center fielder, Tatsumi, who's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Nakagawa for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Masataka Yoshida. As we mentioned earlier, Yoshida was named the Player of the Month in the Pacific League for his play, as the awards came down and added another piece of hardware to his collection. So left-hander against the left-hander. As the lefty comes set, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit. And that is going to put Yoshida on board with a single. And that's going to put runners at first and second. As Mune is going to stop at second. So 2 singles here in the inning, and that's going to bring up the Yutaro Sugimoto, and it's going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound. As Koyama is coming out to talk to his left-hander Yugi. Sugimoto homered his last time up, and that is going to be it. They're going to take the ball from the left-hander. We've seen enough. And so have the Eagles. So hang tight, everybody. We got ourselves a pitching change. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We'll tell you who's coming in and what it is after this from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hey guys, while the manager's searching for a relief pitcher, let me help you with some relief channels. On top of mine and Freddy's, you can always check out Redbeard Breaks, Zero Fox Sports. You know another Hollis build, check them out again. Maybe Beast and Beauty Breaks, or even Dab's Family. Oh, looks like they have their pitcher, so after the game, check out some other videos by Freddy. They're fun, they're cool. Enjoy the game, peace out, and cheers!
Welcome back, everybody. It is a right-hander who is coming in. This is going to be Taisi Surasaki. He's going to be working his 11th appearance for the Golden Eagles. He has no record on the year. He's worked 10 1/3 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 4 walks. He has struck out 5. He's got an earned run average of 435. So he is taking over here to face Yutaro Sugimoto with runners on first and second. And only 1 out here in the 5th inning. So Sugimoto steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a home run, an RBI, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. And he is coming about here to face the right-hander as we're ready to go. We have our friend Mick is talking in a little bit. He goes, he was going to do Orix, but to me it seemed like a toss-up. As far as I'm concerned, I really didn't like the starting pitching for the Golden Eagles tonight. And that's what from my perspective, before the game, I felt that the Buffaloes would have the advantage. Now, mind you, as we've seen in other games and other nights, sometimes it's a battle of the bullpen. So if the starters can get you over keep you close, then the battle of the bullpens take over. And there's a fastball that misses outside. Counts 1-0. Golden Eagles have played fairly decent lately. They've started to play a little bit better. They were off to a really fast start early in the year. And then they had that 14-game win streak come to an end, and then they had a bit of a swoon. They've been playing a little bit better as of late. Here comes the 1-0 pitch now to Sugimoto. As he kicks and delivers, it is a fastball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. A friend, Mick, says that Orix was favored by 1.5, and I think that's what our friend Barry had mentioned too, that he had taken the Buffaloes with the expectation that they should be able to cover that 1.5. So here comes the 2-0 offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count's now 3-0. They should just hold up the 4th finger and put him on, so that he can load the bases and face Kirby. So Surasaki behind, 3 balls and no strikes. to the right fielder Sugimoto. So Sugimoto waggles the bat, waiting on the offering here from the right-hander Surasaki. Now he comes set. He holds at the chest. He looks at the runner back at second base. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Sugimoto again checks the sign from the third base coach. He's ready to get back in the box. Surasaki gets back on the hill. We've got Jay Bell in the house here. Says how many outs? There's 1 out here in the 5th inning. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Sugimoto. He waggles the bat, and here comes the offering from the right-hander Surasaki. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. That's going to be ball 4, and it's going to load the bases. Sugimoto is aboard with a walk. That's going to advance Yoshida to second. Yuma Mune goes over to third, and that is going to bring Kotaro Kobayashi to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 gone. So for Kobayashi tonight, he's scored 2 of the 4 Orix runs already. He's got a single and a double. He came home on the 2-run shot by Tongu back in the 2nd inning. And then he scored on the RBI single by Kenda Gen back in the 4th. So he bats here with the bases loaded. And so here comes the first offering here from the right-hander Surasaki, who gets his sign from his catcher Oda. He works set. He checks the runner at third, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. We have Shubham Gupta comes in. He says, will runs be scored in the 5th innings? Well, it's looking pretty good right now with the bases loaded and 1 out. And not just 1 run. It looks like there could be multiple. So let's see what happens here. As Kobayashi waiting on the 0-1 delivery here from the right-hander Surasaki. They're looking to blow the game apart, are the Buffaloes. And here's the 0-1 pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Yuma Tongu who follows here should Kobayashi reach base safely. As he waggles the bat, the right-hander Surasaki gets his sign from his catcher, and now he comes set. He's ready to go back to the delivery here as he kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that is softly lifted into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate as 1 run has crossed the plate, but everybody is going to stop. That's going to advance the score to 5-0 as Mune comes in on the RBI single by Kobayashi. It's going to move Yoshida over to third. It's got Sugimoto moving to second. And the bases are still loaded, and that's going to bring up Yuma Tongu. So the scoreline has now been bumped up to 5-0 for the Buffaloes. So Tongu comes to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a home run and a couple RBIs. He's also grounded to the shortstop. So the bases are full of Buffaloes here. Again, still in the bottom of the 5th inning. They need a ground ball to be able to turn themselves a double play. And so Tongu here, ready on the offering from Surasaki, who holds set, and now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. They flip it to second for 1, back to first, and that's the ending double play they were looking for. It is going to be of the 4-6-3 variety, and that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning. Well, they get a run, and they threaten for more, but they only get 1 run in the inning. There was 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 5 complete innings. It is the Orix Buffaloes 5, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. No score. Stick around, anybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We'll give you the out-of-town scoreboard update, and we'll answer our friend International Hookups question. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Matt Hollis after the game. Be sure to go check him out after this one. Well, we've got some scoring updates from around the NPB, as we like to call this our Japanese halftime, as they do take an extended break after the fifth inning. Cheerleaders are out on the field getting the fans entertained and fired up for this one. In the bottom of the fifth inning in the Central League, it is the Yamuri Giants holding a 2-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons, 2-4-1 for Yamuri. 0-1-0 for Chinichi. And that one, in the bottom of the fifth inning, or actually now in the bottom of the sixth inning, it is the Hokkaido Nippon Fan Fighters now have a 2-1 lead over the Saitama Seibu Lions. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the fifth, as they have now come back on the Lions, who opened the scoring with 1 in the first. The 2 runs were on a 2-run homer by Imagawa, his 9th of the year. That has propelled the Fighters to a 2-1 lead, as they are batting now in their half of the sixth inning. And of course, here in Osaka, it is the Orix Buffaloes holding a 5-0 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Offensively, it's been all Orix in the first 5 innings, 5 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles have no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. That is where this one stands. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments, as we'll be coming back for the top of the sixth inning. We appreciate you guys all for being with us here tonight. Hang tight. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the top of the sixth inning. It is a 5-0 scoreline for the Orix Buffaloes over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. The scoring in this one here, it was a quick recap here, as it was 2 runs in the second inning, a 2-run shot by Yumatagu jump-started the Buffaloes. And then in the fourth inning, it was a solo shot to lead off the inning by Yutaro Sugimoto. And Kentaro Kobayashi doubled, and with 1 out, he was singled home by Kendai again, make the score 4-0. In the bottom of the fifth inning, it was Yumamune leading off with a single, and with 1 out, Masataki Yoshida singled, and then after a walk to Yutaro Sugimoto, Kentaro Kobayashi, with his 3rd hit of the ball game, knocked in a run with a single, and that is where we stand at 5-0. Our friend John Cardona asks, he says, did you catch the Yankees getting doubled off in the 10th, 11th, and 12th last night in the Mariner game? Actually, I did. I called the game between the Giants and the Padres. And the base running shenanigans that went on in that game in extra innings was unbelievable. The Yankees ran themselves out of innings. I hadn't seen anything like that in a long time. And it was at the major league level. They made little leaguers look good. And here comes the first pitch of the sixth inning. It's a breaking ball delivered to Hikaru Oda, taken for a called strike. And that is 0-1. Oda tonight 0 for 1. He lined out to the first baseman his first time up. And here's the pitch from Miyagi. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And the count is now quickly 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend International Hookup asked if we had any commentary for the Lions tonight. This is the game that we're calling here. We're not focused in on that one. But we do the Lions in the future, so make sure that you bookmark what we're doing. And there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Oda is retired quickly for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Hiroto Kobakata. For Kobakata, on the evening, he is officially 0 for 2. He's reached on an error by the first baseman, Tongu. He is also grounded out. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no ball and 1 strike. Waiting on the offering here, there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded right back to the pitcher. Miyagi fields it. He throws to first, and Kobakata is out on a ground out 1-3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. So for Suzuki tonight, he's 0 for 2. He's flown out to center and flown out to right in his 2 trips to the plate. 81 pitches so far for the starting lefty for Orix. He's cruising right along here. As here comes the first pitch to Suzuki. It's a 97-kilometer-an-hour breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So that's got to be in the upper 50s, I would think. There is a fastball that swung on and grounded foul, and the count now goes to 0-2. That ball had frost on it when it came down into the zone. The first pitch to Suzuki. It's almost like a punter in the NFL where you had hang time to it. I wouldn't quite call it an eephus pitch, but it would have been bordering on it. Here's the 0-2, and there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the third baseline, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So here's the pitch. It's grounded softly over to short. It's fielded by Kobayashi. He throws to first, and that is going to do it as the Golden Eagles have gone quietly here again in the 6th inning. They ground out 6-3 for out number 3. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. The Mountain Holiday game is moving along quickly here in Osaka. We're going to be cruising to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score 5-0 for the Buffaloes over the Eagles. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few after this. We appreciate you for being here. Welcome back, everybody. We are now moving to the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Kenda again, Tori Fushimi, and the top of the order, Tetsuya Yamashi. Our friend undrafted player in the house. He joins us from France. He says that he is now going to support the Orix Buffaloes because he sent they sent him his first ever NPB fan pack mail return. I think that's pretty awesome, undrafted player. I haven't gone over. If you haven't done a video, you should open it up or you should show what they sent you. I think everybody would probably like to see something like that. As here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a quick count of 0-1 to Kenda again. Base. The count is now 0-2. The reliever Surasaki is still in the ball game. He came on in replace of Hayato Yugi. Our friend undrafted player, I think he wrote to the team, if I'm not mistaken, Mick, asking for stuff or maybe sent them some things and he was able to get something, but that would be kind of curious. I'd like to know what he did there too. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lifted softly into right field for a base hit. Again, has got himself his second career NPB hit. So he is now officially 2 for 3 in his career as he gets a single to lead off the 6th inning, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Tori Fushimi. Mick says Orix and Hanshin are his teams. I had a customer of mine a number of years ago brought me back I've got a Hanshin Tiger hat. And the one thing is that it's a little on the small side, but it sits up on my bookshelf. I've got a Tiger baseball and I've got a Tiger pendant, which is kind of cool. And of course, since I've been over, I've picked up some other stuff myself. I've got a Hiroshima Carp pencil case. And now squaring to bunt already is Fushimi. They throw over to first base and diving back in time as the base runner again. So it looks like that the Buffaloes want to be able to get that runner over into scoring position and then take their crack to bring him home. So the runner at first is Gen. As Fushimi is squaring to bunt. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball bunted. It's right back to the pitcher. It is fielded by Surasaki. He throws the first. Not a great throw. The second baseman who is covering Ito had to catch it and then re-step his foot back on the base. But it is going to be a sacrifice, and that's going to be 1-4 on the putout for the first out. Gen advances to second. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Tetsuya Yamashi. Our friend undrafted player says he sent a fan pack mail request by mails to all 12 teams. I wrote my letter in English and I add to my letter a Google translation in Japanese. That's pretty cool. So asking if they could send them. So I guess the question would be is what did they send you back? And so here comes the first offering to the leadoff hitter, Yamashi. As Surasaki delivers a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. I think that's kind of neat. Always whenever you can get to the teams. I remember when I was a young kid, I wrote to the Milwaukee Brewers, and I enclosed pictures of Paul Molitor and Robin Yount because I wanted to get those sent back. And I never heard anything back. That was the only time I ever sent out or reached out to a team. So I wanted to see if I could get pictures autographed by those two players. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. I was not a Brewer fan growing up, but I thought it was kind of a cool idea. So sent it off to the Brewers, hoping maybe I could get something back, and never got anything back in return. But Robin Yount and Paul Molitor got to respect their players. Of course, both are Hall of Famers. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. Great Milwaukee ball clubs of the 1980s were fun to watch, even though I was not a Brewer fan, growing up a Tiger fan. They had a lot of good players. They had Harvey Wallbangers of the early 80s. Stormin Gorman Thomas also playing there as well. Right-hander Surasaki checks the runner at second, and he delivers a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is now 3-1 to Yamashi. Yamashi's hitless in this one. He's 0 for 3. Looking to get on base for the first time tonight as Yuma Mune waits his turn on deck. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Right-handed hitter Yamashi waiting on the offering here from Surasaki, who holds in the set position. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down. That's going to be ball 4. And Yamashi is aboard with a walk here with 1 gone. That's going to put runners at first and second. That'll bring up Yuma Mune. Friend Mick says he's heading to the Rockies game tomorrow, and I'll have some pics on my Facebook and Instagram page. Nick, if you can let us know what your Instagram page is, we'll give you a follow. Or maybe if you give us a follow, we'll make sure we follow you back. Don't really have a whole lot going on our Instagram page. We only got a couple of things, but nothing really of major importance. So Yuma Mune steps to the plate, 1 for 3 tonight. Singled and scored a run. He's popped to short and popped to the catcher. As here comes the offering from the right-hander Surasaki, who holds set. And he delivers a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's 1-0. And then Undrafted Players says they send him 3 stickers of the 2021 Pacific Champions, a bunch of mini schedules with some different players who I don't know. But that's okay. It's more than anything, it's the fact that they got back to you. They felt it was important for them to be able to do that. And usually speaking, the Japanese and the Japanese teams, if you reach out to them, they will probably take care of you. There's a fastball that taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Especially if they're on top of that stuff. If they want to build the game globally, and certainly the baseball in France is, I would say, not as good as it maybe could be or should be, or something along those lines. It is played in a few areas, but not in a whole lot. So here comes the 1-1 pitch to Yuma Mune. And it is a fastball that misses outside, and the count's now 2-1. My thought process on this is that if they want to build the game in other regions of the world, you have to cultivate fans wherever they are. And certainly in France, it's not a baseball country. I think I asked Undrafted Player where he lived before. I can't remember where. I think for some reason I wanted to say it was close toward Lyon. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the right-hander checks the runner at second. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on it. Is lifted into shallow center field. Racing in on it as the left fielder and the center fielder. It's going to bounce in. And that is going to load the bases as it falls between Shimauchi and Tatsumi for a single. So Mune's got himself a single. His second hit of the game. It is going to load the bases. That is going to bring up Kai Nakagawa. So again, the Buffaloes have a chance to blow this thing apart as they've got the bases loaded for the second time in as many innings. Mick says he'd take a hat and buy a jersey. One thing I'll give you advice on, Mick, when I've been over there before, is the hat sizes have a tendency to be a bit on the smallish side. I mean, when I got onto the subway, I've got pictures where I can look down. When I'm standing on the subway, I'm a full head taller than everybody else. I mean, if there was a cannon being shot above the heads of everybody, I would be in trouble. And here comes the first offering to Kai Nakagawa, who is 2 for 3 tonight. And it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Nakagawa. So no balls and 1 strike. So you have to be careful on that. The other part is the jerseys and the T-shirts. You almost have to go directly to the teams. I did find a couple of places when I was in Tokyo, and specifically, I was staying in Asakusa. I got to the other side of the Samida River, and there's a breaking ball swung on its grounded foul down the first base side, and that's going to run the count now to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. That was a ball just hit off the end of the bat. Nakagawa had fouled that one off. Very few places that I could see outside of the team stores. Now, I did go into a department store and they had some stuff, but again, it was also regional for certain teams and they didn't have a whole lot of stuff. But I was definitely interested in some of those things and would have liked to maybe been able to pick something up even for my own personal. So here's the 0-2. As the right-hander Surasaki holds, and he delivers a fastball that is swung on. It is lifted softly over the head of the second baseman. It's going to get down for a base hit. Okajima comes up firing to the plate, and it is going to be a single that's going to continue to keep the bases loaded. So Nakagawa's got himself an RBI single. That's the 6th run of the ball game that has been cashed in here by the Buffaloes as Gen scores the run. Advancing to third is Yamashi. Over to second is Mune, and that is going to bring up the player of the month in the month of July, Masataka Yoshida. Our friend Mick says that he's got a 7 1/4 hat size, so an average size head. That's about what I am at, 7 1/4, 7 3/8. But try to find that when you're in Japan. Good luck with that. Already you're just a little bit bigger than most. And the hat size, as I say, I've got, it's almost like a youth extra large. And that was what the adult size was, or just the way that it's made. And I'll tell you another piece in a minute after we get through this bat from Yoshida. So Yoshida steps up to the bat with the bases loaded. And here comes the first offering from the right-hander Surasaki. And it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. I went into the Mizuno flagship store, both in Tokyo and in Osaka, and I was looking for some turf shoes. I wear size 12 in North American standards, and really you couldn't get much anything above a size 11 in either of those stores. And they become custom made to some degree. At least the colors I would want or anything else. And so there's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. I did get the store manager's personal contact information in Osaka. He was a former player. He actually played in independent ball in North America, and we keep in touch a little bit. But basically, if I want to get some shoes and I go back to Osaka, I'm going to have to let them know in advance, tell them what colors I want, and get them custom done, just because of my size. Our friend from Undrafted Player says the player on the cover of the schedule he received is Masataka Yoshida, who is batting right now, which is kind of cool. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Yoshida goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that is going to bring up the right fielder Yutaro Sugimoto. The other players on the schedule are Taisuke Yamaoka, Hiroya Miyagi. Miyagi is, of course, pitching the starting pitcher for Orix tonight. Yutaro Sugimoto has already homered. And then, of course, the star Yoshinobu Yamamoto, probably the ace, not just probably, he is the ace of the Buffalo staff. So that's kind of cool. You've got all the big stars for the Buffaloes that are currently there. I don't know a whole lot about Yamaoka. I haven't seen him play enough this year, or pitch enough. But Miyagi for sure, of course, and of course Yamamoto, the big guns for the Buffaloes. And the first pitch is a fastball to Sugimoto, who misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Yutaro Sugimoto tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a homer in 2 trips. He's also walked and struck out. As he bats here with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the 6th inning, as the Buffaloes are looking to pile it on here, as they're up 6-0 now on the Golden Eagles. And here comes the 1-0 offering to Sugimoto. Surasaki holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line, but it's just going to hook foul. It's going to run the count to 1-1 on Sugimoto. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It's always pretty cool when you can get different stuff, good keepsakes, those type of things. For years, I used to be in possession of a AS Monaco jersey that I picked up when I was in Lyon. I outgrew it a bit, or I should say maybe ate my way out of the jersey. A little on the small side now. It's long gone. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. The right-hander holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Sugimoto. It'll be Kentaro Kobayashi who waits his turn on deck should Sugimoto reach safely here. 6-0. The Buffaloes have extended their lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As they're playing here on the Mountain Holiday in Japan. As the North American hours on the West Coast are starting to dwindle. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Surasaki holds, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count is now 2-2. That was ball 3 that Sugimoto swung at, and he wishes he probably had that one over again. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Buffaloes starting right fielder. Gets himself back in the batter's box, and he's ready to go here again against the right-handed slants of Surasaki. Our friend Undrafted Players says he just discovered the Buffaloes got a pinstripe jersey. Yeah, they wore that the other night. There's a fastball that just misses down. That runs the count now to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. He says, sorry, he didn't understand what jersey. I picked up a AS Monaco soccer jersey, football jersey from France. That was the one that I got. Our friend Arizona Cardinals in the house tonight. He says, who scores the next run? Well, right now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The bases are loaded for the Buffaloes, and it could be them here depending on the pitch. So all the runners are going to be on the move with 2 out here, and here comes the offering from Surasaki. He checks the runners, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Sugimoto is down on strikes, and that is going to do it here. The Buffaloes, they get a run, but they squander an opportunity for more. There was 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left aboard. We're now through 6 complete. It is the Orix Buffaloes 6, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 7th inning after this when we return. Glad you guys are with us tonight on an early ball game in Japan. Welcome back, everybody. We're back at it again here as it is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming to bat for the Golden Eagles. It is Hideo Asamura, Hiroki Shimochi, and Takeru Okajima. The first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away to Asamura for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Then the fastball is delivered, and it is swung through and missed, and the count goes even at 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. A friend Undrafted Player said a red-white Monaco jersey. Yeah, it was kind of funny because I actually had tickets to see an international club friendly a few years earlier between Inter Milan and AS Monaco at the stadium in Monaco. There's a fastball that just misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. It was Prince Rainier had owned the team at the time. I've got an opportunity to get there. It's a kind of an interesting type of stadium, when you get to different places, it was built on top of a car park. And there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-1. Of course, the nation state, Monaco, not a huge place, but a lot of money and a lot of wealthy people in that area. As here comes the 3-1 offering now to Asamura. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the line left field, and this ball is going to sail into the seats. It's going to be a home run, and that is going to break the ice for the Golden Eagles, as Asamura has just hit his 19th homer of the year. He is second in the Pacific League, as that is going to score him all the way, as he's got himself a home run here for the first run of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. Cuts the lead to 6-1. And that is going to bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. So the Eagles are not dead yet, as they are now finally starting to flap their wings. That is only the second hit of the ball game for the Golden Eagles. The first pitch to Shimochi is a breaking ball swung on, is grounded softly to first. Fielded by Tongu. He steps on the bag, and that is going to retire Shimochi on a ground out to 3 for out number 1, and that'll bring up the right fielder Takeru Okajima. So for Okajima, he is officially 0 for 2 tonight. He's bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out, but he does have a stolen base. And he steps in, hitting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Miyagi. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that just misses outside for ball 1, and the count's 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And here's the offering. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Okajima. So the Golden Eagles are going to need more than solo shots. They're going to need to be able to put some runs up in bunches. And there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle, taken by Kirbayashi. He throws to first. That is going to be a ground out, 6-3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave it up to the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Our friend, the living room, said the over at 6.5 was never in doubt, as he's high stepping it all the way to the bank. So Tatsumi tonight is 2 for 2. He's struck out and grounded to first. He takes a first pitch breaking ball for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Comes Miyagi back to work again. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. Kirbayashi's been busy. He throws to first. That is going to be a ground out, 6-3, and that's going to do it here for the Golden Eagles. Well, they get a run back in the inning on the leadoff home run by Hideto Asamura. There was a run, a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Orix Buffaloes 6-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments after this. Another one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. We're about at the bottom of the 7th inning. It's going to be Kataru Kirbayashi, Yuma Tongu, and Kenda again to come up to bat here in their half of the 7th inning. Our friend Undrafted Player says there was a joke about that all the Monaco players could know all the spectator names that would come to their games. Yeah, it's not a huge stadium, and it actually was surprising. And one of the things I learned is that they actually used to give away tickets to the school children. They would want the school kids to come to the games, and it was basically just, given away. But in 1993, when I went there, it was interesting because the coach at the time was, I think Arsene Wenger was still there with Monaco before he had moved over to Arsenal, where he took over for many years running the program in the English League, the very famous French manager. As we do have a pitching change now on here for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. As we are going to get you that here in a second, as the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Kobayashi. Kobayashi tonight is 3 for 3. He's got 3 hits tonight, 2 singles and a double. He's also driven in a run. There is a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say he didn't go. The count is 1-1. It's Yuya Fukui, who is in the ball game now, pitching for the Golden Eagles. So Fukui is in to replace Surasaki, and there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted down the right field line. If it stays in play, it's going to be caught, and it is, as Okajima makes the grab, and that's 1 up and 1 away. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. So Fukui, he was a long-time Hiroshima Toyo Carp. He's in his 4th season with the Golden Eagles. It's his 10th appearance of the year. He's worked 9 innings, allowing 12 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 5. He's got himself an ERA of 4 on the year. There's a fastball swung on it. His pop foul reached the seats behind home plate. That quickly runs the count to no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike to Yuma Tongu. Fukui ready to go back at it as he holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend, the living room says, Arsene Wenger, born in 1949, former French football manager and player, currently serving as FIFA's chief of global football development. Interesting that that's where he's landed now. There is a split finger pitch that's swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2 to Tongu. That's right. He was with the Nagoya Grampus 8 in Japan as well. Forgot about that. That would have been dating back even further than that. So here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. You think of some of the famous club managers, and then they get into the latter part of their twilight of their careers, and they take over the national team job somewhere. Well, Wenger never did that. It was interesting. He ended up not taking a national team position somewhere. There's a split finger pitch swung on it, is lifted into right center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder Tatsumi. He makes the catch. And 2 up and 2 away here in the 7th inning. It's going to leave it all up to Kendai Gen. Well, for Gen, he is 2 for 3 tonight and 2 for 3 in his career. He's got 2 singles and an RBI. He's also grounded out to second. Our friend, the living room, is competing with undrafted player for information. Our friend, the undrafted player, is probably going to have the edge if he's the soccer country and aficionado. Your Google is going to come up a little bit slow. There's the first pitch fastball that misses down for a ball 1 again. And here comes the 1-0 offering. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. Living where I lived in Germany, we were about 5 minutes to the French border, 45 minutes away to Metz. There's the 2-0 pitch, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So lots of football all over the country. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kenda again, and here's the offering. It is a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Buffalo center fielder with 2 gone here in the 7th. Waggling the bat is the right-handed hitter, and here comes the offering from Fukui. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Again, is gone down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it here as he is retired in the 7th. Well, the Buffaloes, they go quietly No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete in Osaka. It is a 6-1 ball game for the Buffaloes. I wonder if we're going to have a change here, if Miyagi's coming in or if he's going to be done for the night. We'll keep our eye here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for being here with us, everybody. We really appreciate y'all for listening in. Here's Steve.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to get back at it again here, as it is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat. And the first pitch is a breaking ball to Yukio Ito that is swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. There are some defensive changes for the Buffaloes, but the starter Miyagi is still on the hill. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. I can tell you that the second baseman, Yamashi, has moved over to play first base. Be the end of the night for Tongu, but I didn't get the number of who is coming in to play at second. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 0-2. Ito tonight is 0 for 2. He has struck out, and he has lined out softly to third base. He has 2 trips to the plate. 0 for 6 so far. As Miyagi ready to go back to work again, this is going to be the 100th pitch of the ball game. As he holds set. And now he kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the first base side, and the count remains at 0-2. Our friend Mick says I want to buy one, just need a site to buy it at. And that's the problem, Mick, is what you just said, is to find a site to buy it at. And then, of course, it's the one problem that people have been kind of, not to say upset about, but just how poorly that the NPB really markets its product outside of Japan. It's not an easy chore to get it, because that fastball swung on and fouled away, and it was playing pinball off the catcher and the umpire, and it remains the count at 0-2. So no ball and 2 strikes. Catcher Fushimi really wants the pitch outside. There's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded foul down the third baseline. The count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Your best bet is probably go right to the team's websites, or I should say maybe not your best bet, but your safest bet. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and it is down at the plate. They pick it up and they fire over to first base, and that's going to retire Ito. It's a strikeout 2-3 for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the third baseman, Igoro Moji. So for Moji, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out looking, and he's grounded to second. His 2 trips to the plate. We may consider adding a ball game late in the middle of the night, or Friday morning, 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. Undecided on that for tomorrow's games. So it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Moji. I have a lot of things to take care of tomorrow, so I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do a late night one, and if we do, it will be an additional one to the channel. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0. So if you're up late night, that might be something you guys might want to check into or bookmark or keep as an option. So 2 balls and no strikes. And here's the offering from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on, is lifted into center field, moving over underneath it and making the catch is the center fielder again. That is going to retire Moji for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That is going to bring up the catcher, Hikaru Oda. Our friend Living Room says, late great movies on City TV. Take a back seat to late great baseball entertainment. 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern. You got a chance to listen to Last Raps Baseball. And this is going to bring up a pinch hitter right now for Oda, as it is a right-handed stick coming to the plate. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to the Tohoku pinch hitter. And there's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Moving over on it is Gen. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here as Kaz Tanaka, who was in the pinch hit for Oda, is retired to end the inning. And so there was no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. The Golden Eagles go quietly in their half of the 8th. Miyagi has gone 8 strong so far for the Buffaloes. We'll keep an eye, see if he comes back out for the 9th. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. It is 6-1 for the Golden Eagles. Glad you're with us. Six one's the scoreline, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. It is 6-1 for the Buffaloes over the Golden Eagles. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning and slated to come to bat for the Buffaloes. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. Tori Fushimi, Tetsuya Yamashi, and Yuma Mune. To get things going by the looks of it, I would think that Miyagi's probably going to come on back in. Nobody's really talking to the left-hander on the bench, so I'm curious to see if they bring him out for his 9th inning of work. You got to love the NPB. 108 pitches for the starter Miyagi. There is a reliever coming in now for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It is going to be a left-hander, as it is going to be Sho Suzuki coming in. So for Sho Suzuki, it's going to be his 24th appearance. He's got an 0-3 record on the year. He's worked 19 innings. He's allowed 15 hits. Has walked 14, struck out 19, and he's got a fluffed up ERA of 6.16. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and it lined into left field for a base hit. And Fushimi's aboard with a leadoff single here in the 8th inning. It's the left-hander Sho Suzuki. So you can see why he's got that fluffed up ERA. That's going to bring the top of the order up in Tetsuya Yamashi. For Yamashi, he is officially 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice. He's flown out once, and he's walked. He was stranded at third base in the 6th inning, and he bats here with the runner at first and nobody out. Average is dipped to 148 on the year, and here comes the offering from the lefty. He squares to bunt. It's a good one. It's fielded by the catcher, who fires to first base, and that is going to retire Yamashi on a sacrifice bunt. That's going to be a sack. 1-4 for the first out of the inning. It's going to advance Fushimi over to second. I have to get you the update on the catcher for the Golden Eagles, as there was a change as Oda was removed from the ball game, but I don't have the update on the catcher quite yet. It's going to bring Yuma Mune to the plate. So for Mune, he steps up to the plate. He's 2 for 4 tonight. He's got a couple of singles. He's popped to short and he's popped to the catcher. He's also scored a run. The catcher right now for the Golden Eagles is Tanaka. So Takaya Tanaka in behind the plate, and he uses a breaking ball that misses down to Mune for ball one. The count's 1-0. And here comes the 1-0 offering now to Mune as the lefty Suzuki comes set. He delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0 to Mune. So 2 balls and no strikes. Our friend Paul Nathaniel Garcia Guzman says he needs another run from the Buffaloes. Well, it's going to be tough to do it. They've got the runner at second with 1 out. They're going to need a base hit. A base hit to the outfield will score the run, or should score the run. So 2 balls and no strikes to Mune, and they do have the meat of the batting order coming up here. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. As the lefty holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. We go over underneath it is Shimouchi, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Mune for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Kai Nakagawa. Nakagawa tonight has got 3 hits in this ball game. Nakagawa's got a couple of singles and a double. The Buffaloes have pounded out 13 hits so far tonight. I think it's actually 14 now. Officially, the scoring, my scorecard is just a little bit behind. So 14 hits tonight for the Buffaloes, and 3 of them here to Nakagawa. He's facing Suzuki for the first time. A base hit, as we said, will probably score that run from second base. So here comes the first offering from the lefty Suzuki. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. That pitch was at 94 miles an hour. Suzuki really brought that one up. Didn't know that Suzuki had that kind of velo in him. So here comes the 1-0 offering as the lefty checks the runner at second. And now he steps off the rubber, and he's going to reach for the rosin bag. Just a quick glance at that out-of-town scoreboard. The Saitama Cebu Lions scored a run in the top of the 7th, and they've tied it all up with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. It's a 2-2 ball game in the top of the 9th inning with the Lions batting with 1 out. The Murray Giants added to their lead in the top of the 6th inning with 3 runs. So there's a fastball that misses down and into Nakagawa, and the count's now 2-0. Dragons then got one back in the bottom of the 6th inning, so it's a 5-1 ball game in Shinichi. As we mentioned, all the other games are later starts across the NPB. So here comes the 2-0 offering. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So here comes the 3-0 pitch now to Nakagawa. As they kick and deliver, it's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We always appreciate everybody who drops in here and subscribes to the channel. As we mentioned, I'll give you a bookmark when we're going to be doing these other NPB games so you can check it out. We got a couple more lined up and maybe adding a third one to the mix. There's the 3-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and Nakagawa has got himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. It's going to bring up Masataka Yoshida. So Masataka Yoshida is scheduled to come to bat. We're going to see if they they've got here. It looks like they're going to have a runner over at first base for Nakagawa. His night will be done. The catcher for the Golden Eagles has come out to the mound to talk to Suzuki. And so the pinch runner coming in for the Buffaloes. For Nakagawa, it's number 50. I'll try to get that update on that as quickly as we can. Who's wearing at number 50 for the Buffaloes? And that would be Oda. So Yuya Oda in the pinch run for Nakagawa. So here comes the first offering to Masataka Yoshida. He's 1 for 4 tonight. The first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. So our friend Paul Nathaniel Garcia Guzman, who jumped into the channel, was pulling hard for the Buffaloes to score a run here. Well, the right guy is at the plate. It's the July Player of the Month in the Pacific League in Masataka Yoshida. He's probably the second best hitter in terms of average. Well, he is the second best in qualified at-bats in the Pacific League, and he swings and misses at a fastball, and the count is 1-1. So this is the right guy to have at the plate at the right time for you. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Yoshida digs himself back in. He's waiting on the 1-1 offering now from Suzuki. Comes set at the belt. He checks the runners. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. Buffaloes are looking to cement their lead here by adding another run. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 6-1 lead for Orix. Yoshida digs himself in. Our friend Mick, who was in here earlier, saying he just wants to get 1 jersey. As long as you get a jersey that's not the one that the Buffaloes are wearing tonight. I'm not a big fan of this particular alternate jersey. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2 to Yoshida. I don't know how to describe it. It almost looks like it's not quite a mustard look. It's not quite a camo look. Not quite like the Lions had the other day. But there are people in the stands with it on, and they're wearing it. I don't know if this is to celebrate the holiday or what the deal is, but that's what they're wearing tonight as the Buffaloes have that all kind of tan type jersey on. And there's a fastball inside, and it has come in and hit Yoshida. Got him on the arm guard. He's going to load the bases. That's going to put the bases loaded, and it's going to bring Yataro Sugimoto to the plate, who has been up already in this situation tonight. So the bases are full of Buffaloes, and Sugimoto steps to the plate. Well, he struck out his last time up with the bases loaded, but tonight he has homered. He's knocked a run in, he's walked, and he has struck out twice. So officially 1 for 3 on the evening. So there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the big fella stepping up to the plate. He's got 15 homers on the season now to go with 50 runs batted in. And he's waiting here on the first pitch from Suzuki. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So you know Sugimoto is going to have to get himself a good pitch. So 1 ball and no strikes. The lefty leans in, he gets the sign from his catcher, Tanaka, and he comes set. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Sugimoto. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Buffaloes with that 6-1 advantage, looking to put the icing on the cake here. Put it out of reach for the Golden Eagles, who've got only 1 round of at-bats left. So here comes the offering to Sugimoto. And they kick and fire. It is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-1. So you got to think he's going to get a good pitch to hit here as he's ahead in the count. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Sugimoto waggles the bat. The crowd is on song in Osaka. They are making some noise, cheering their star hitter along here. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Suzuki holds set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses low, and the count is 3-1. Well, there's nowhere to put Sugimoto. He's going to have to throw him a pitch here that he can hit. And if you're the big fella here, you're really trying to dial up because you want to send it a country mile. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Sugimoto. He resets himself in the batter's box. He's ready to go again. And our friend Paul has got his pom-poms waving. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Sugimoto waits on the lefty here. And Suzuki kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled right back. And the count is now 3-2 to Sugimoto. Well, with the count full and 2 gone, the runners are going to be on the move. Suzuki is going to have to rear back and challenge up Sugimoto straight up here. I don't know what other type of pitches he has other than fastball and breaking ball, but this would be a great time if you could throw a changeup for a strike. You could be able to pull the string on the right-handed stick for the Buffaloes. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the lefty comes set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line, racing over towards the stands, and it's going to just reach into the seating. It's going to be a foul ball there for Sugimoto. It's going to keep the count at 3-2. Our friend Paul, who was hoping for the run there, that was lucky for you because the ball would have stayed in the field of play. That would have been a 3rd out of the inning for Sugimoto. So again, the count is still 3-2. The runners are going to be on the move. And here comes the offering to the right-handed hitting right fielder of the Buffaloes. As the lefty Suzuki holds set, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It is over on the first base side. Coming over underneath it is Tanaka. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here in the 8th inning for the Buffaloes, as he has gone for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Buffaloes, they threaten, but they don't score here in the 8th. There was no runs. There was a hit. No errors, and 3 runners left the board. On the evening for the Buffaloes, they've really stranded a pile of runners. 11 runners in the 8 innings left aboard by the Buffaloes. Your score 6-1 as we move to the 9th inning. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us. And our friend undrafted player says he's going to have to tap out because he's got to work from home. Appreciate you all for being here, and hopefully we'll catch you later in the week. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back for the call at the top of the 9th inning after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Matt Hollis at Another Hollis Build. We do have a pitching changes. That is going to be it for Miyagi tonight. The Orix Buffaloes are going to a right-hander to bring this one home. It is going to be Utagawa coming on in relief. And this is Yuki Utagawa. He is making only his 3rd appearance of his career in the NPB. He's worked 2 innings. He has not allowed a hit or a walk. He has struck out 3. And Utagawa, who we saw make his debut about a week and a half ago, he is on in relief here for the 9th inning. A great start by Miyagi. He first pitches a fastball that misses down and away to Kobakata for ball 1. The count's 1-0. So the top of the order, Kobakata, Suzuki, and Asamura here to face Yuki Utagawa for the Buffaloes. And here comes the 1-0 offering. It's a fastball that catches the bottom of the strike zone for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kobakata. So Yuki Utagawa here kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. He does have a mid-90s fastball. That was Utagawa. That last pitch checked in at just shy of 95 miles an hour. So here comes the 2-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. So Utagawa ready to go back to work here as it's 3-1 to Kobakata. And he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball that misses outside. It takes the glove right off the catcher, Fushimi, as the ball trickles away. That is the first walk of the career by Utagawa, and it's going to put a runner at first base with nobody out. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Daichi Suzuki. For Suzuki, he is 0 for 3 tonight. Suzuki has flown out to center, he's flown out to right, and he's grounded to short in his 3 trips to the plate. So Utagawa gets the sign from his catcher Fushimi, and he comes set. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Suzuki. So Daichi Suzuki here, facing the right-hander. Holds set, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is now 0-2. Our friend in the living room says it's a fast game tonight. Yeah, anything under 3 hours is generally pretty quick. Looks like we're going to have ourselves right now at 2 hours and 36 minutes. We're moving along at a great clip, and there's a fastball that is swung on and missed. That is going to retire Suzuki for the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Hideto Asamura. There's some ball games that just go on forever. We did those games with Fukuoka there last week, and the games just seem to go on and on and on. So that is going to bring up Asamura. Asamura 1 for 3 tonight. He's got a homer and an RBI. And he first pitches a fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. Just as a reminder, after this one's done, we're going to recap and give all these scores from around the NPB. It is extra innings in Hokkaido as the Fighters and the Lions are all knotted up at 2s. And there's a fastball that just misses, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Asamura. As a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves in a couple of days' time. We're not going to have anything scheduled on Thursday. And here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1. However, that being said, we may come back and make the call of a ball game, but we're not 100% sure if we're going to do one on the Friday ball games in the NPB, which would be the late Thursday, middle of the night, Friday morning. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's now 3-1 to Asamura. So Utagawa is having a little bit of difficulty commanding his pitches here. So maybe the Eagles have got something left here in the 9th inning. Right-hander comes set. He holds at the chest. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. It's lots of room as the New first baseman, which is Yamashi, camps out underneath it. He makes the catch. Asamer is gone for the second out of the inning. And now the Golden Eagles are down to their final out as Hiroki Shimochi steps to the plate. Our friend John Cardona said that 13-inning game between the Yankees and the Mariners was way too long. It was, but it was got to be one of the more exciting games. I saw the Scott Service press conference after the game, and he was saying he's been around well over 1,000 major league games. So there's a breaking ball that drops into Shimochi for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Shimochi 1 for 3 tonight as he bats here against the right-hander Utagawa. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count's 1-1. Service was saying that was one of the best pitched ball games, but not just by the starters, Garrett Cole and Luis Castillo, also the bullpen that came in. They were firing bullets after that. There is a fastball swung on it. It's popped up over on the third base side. Coming in on it is Mune. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it. And it looks like there was a substitute in for Mune at third base, but that'll do it as the Buffaloes have won the ball game here. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and one runner left aboard. Your final score was the Orix Buffaloes 6, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 1. Stick around, everybody. I'll be back and recap all the out-of-town scores and finish off chatting with the chat before we call it a night. Again, your final 6-1. Appreciate you guys for being here once again. Hang tight. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this. From our friend Dave.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and your support of the channel, and everybody else who jumped in here tonight. We appreciate you guys too. And I'm going to give you the wrap-up of the out-of-town scores before we call this one a night. We'll take a look at the Central League first. The Murray Giants, a 5-1 lead in the top of the 8th inning over the Chinichi Dragons. 5-7-1 for the Giants. 1-4-0 for Chinichi. The game is in the top of the 8th inning over there. The other two games are later starts, 4 a.m. Eastern or 1 a.m. Pacific. It's the Hanshin Tigers and the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars. And then the Yakult Swallows and the Hiroshima Carp go off at 5 a.m. Eastern or 2 a.m. Pacific. Those are the other scheduled games on the Mountain Holiday in the Central League. Other game in the Pacific League, the Saitama Seibu Lions are in extra innings against the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. It is 2-2 at this point. 2-9-0 for the Lions, 2-3-0 for the Fighters. It is the Lions batting in the top of the 10th inning as there is one away. The game here between the Orix Buffaloes and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, a well-pitched game by the starter, Hiroya Miyagi. He scatters 2 hits over 8 innings of work. It was the scoring that got going in the second inning. The Buffaloes, with 1 out, had a single by Kotaro Kobayashi, and he was brought home on a 2-run homer by Yuma Tongo. That got the scoring opened at 2-0. In the 4th inning, the Buffaloes added again to their lead. It was a leadoff home run by Yataro Sugimoto. That increased the score to 3-0. Then Kotaro Kobayashi doubled. And with 1 out, Kendai again had a single that brought home Kobayashi to increase the lead to 4-zip. Then in the top of the 5th inning, the Buffaloes again added to their lead, a leadoff single by Mune. With 1 out, Masataki Yoshida singled. And after a walk to Yataro Sugimoto, Kotaro Kobayashi singled home Mune. So that increased the score line to 5-0. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, again, the Buffaloes added another run, a leadoff single by Gen. He was sacrificed to second by Fushimi. And a walk to Yamashi, a single by Mune, and another single by Nakagawa. That brought in, again, with the 6th run of the ball game. And then in the top of the 7th inning, Hideo Asamura led off with a solo shot. That was his 19th of the season. That was where the scoring ended in this one. It was a final, again, of 6-1 for the Orix Buffaloes over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for all being here to listen in. Be sure to bookmark our channel, subscribe. You're going to be posting our schedule coming up here in the next little bit. We may have a late middle of the night edition tomorrow night, but that's what I like to call a game time decision. Other than that, our other 2 games that we'll be calling on the weekend, it'll be the Orix Buffaloes in action again and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. So hopefully you guys can join us for those. Once again, it's been another Last Rounds Baseball video production. We appreciate you all guys for being here. Come on back and see us again later. We're going to do this all over again. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great night, guys, including you, Josh S., and John Cardona, and everybody else. Take care, guys.